Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 4 between Socke and Morrow in this Zotac Cup number 15 Finals Cup. And I can't wait to get this game 4 on the way. Morrow currently down 1-2 to Socke, who has actually played quite convincingly, especially on that last game on Metalopolis, where Morrow was just not able to claw his way back into the game. No matter how hard he tried, that early 2-gate pressure from Socke was enough to put Morrow deep in the hole of debt, as he lost several of his SCVs in that early encounter, never able to get back on his 2 feet again. And so now both these players spawning on another short distance map. It doesn't even have to be a close spawn because Steps of War is such a close position map that I would expect to see more of the early pressure antics from both of these players. We already have a probe moving out for Socke, early scout here, and of course, Morrow looks like he's moving around with his SCV, trying to see if there's any kind of a proxy pylon inside his base, obviously concerned about the possibility of early pressure here. And I really like that decision because, you know what, a 2-gate in-base proxy is almost impossible for a Terran player to hold off on this map, so it's always wise to move around and check just in case. Now Socke is doing some early damage with his probe, as he loves to do, playing that heroic probe antic there, keeping it alive as long as possible. May even harass this SCV building the refinery here as he moves his way and weaves in and out across the Terran base. Back at Socke's base, looks like he's getting a gateway straight onto the assimilator, and so we should be seeing a cybernetics core go down right after this. Possibly an early 4-gate attack, I think, would be very powerful on this map, especially since Morrow has not walled off his ramp. Wow, that's actually a little interesting that he hasn't done it, considering this map is very notorious for early pressure. We actually have another tech lab going down for Morrow right off the bat, so of course he loves those marauders, gonna once again get that early marauder out to deal with these scouting workers as well as potential zealots. And there is the cybernetics core on the way, one zealot currently on the way as well. And Socke here saving up his chrono boost for something, not quite sure what. He should be using it on either probes or on his gateway, so I'm not quite sure what the deal with that is. Taking a look at both players' income, looks like Socke is just slightly ahead in the harvester count. He's still saving up that chrono boost, and there we go, chrono boosting the stalker out. So he was just waiting for the stalker to come, getting a second gateway down, and right now Morrow's got to be careful. He wants to keep this SCV alive for as long as possible because he wants to know what Socke is going to do. Is he going to throw down 2 more gateways? Is he going to throw down another assimilator and transition into heavier tech? He needs to see, is there going to be a Stargate? He needs to see with this SCV, but it doesn't look like Socke is going to allow that to happen. He kills it off with that early stalker. Morrow here still pumping off of 1 barracks, getting concussive shells and marauders off of 1 barracks. He is getting a second refinery down, so we'll likely see a factory go down pretty soon here for Morrow, as he's going to delay and prevent this probe from running up his ramp. Are we going to see a factory? He has 100 gas right now. No, we're not going to see a factory. We're going to be seeing a Ghost Academy go down. So Morrow here going to try another somewhat 1-base ghost build, which he actually tried this in the last game, and he should be throwing down 2 more barracks then if he's going to try this strategy. Is there 1 barracks? Is there going to be a second barracks? There we go. So he is going to be going for the same build order he tried in the first game on Blistering Sands, where he went for this 1 barracks with Tech Lab for Ghosts, 2 barracks for Mass Marine. It didn't work out too well in the last game, and this time, what is Socke doing? He's got a 3rd gateway on the way. Is he going to throw down a Stargate? No, he's going to be throwing down a robotics facility. So 3-gate Robotech here, going to be trying to tech up a little bit, and this is a wise decision. Obviously, he has not scouted the second refinery or the fact that there's a Ghost Academy going down right now, but he's just going to get the Colossus out anyways, I got to assume, or at least an observer. And once he sees this Ghost Academy, once he sees the build, he's going to get that robotic support bay up as soon as possible and get Colossus out to deal with this Terran infantry. So, are we going to be seeing a repeat of game number 1? Only time will tell as a comsat goes down for Morrow. Gonna see that robotics facility go down. He sees the 3 warp gates. He knows the potential of early pressure, but he also realizes that he has to make something happen before the Colossus comes out. He doesn't have mech or nearly enough Marauders to deal with the Colossus. So he really does need to, he has a window of opportunity to attack, and he's just going to bulk up his forces and wait for that attack window to pop up. Currently getting stim packs for his infantry right now on that lone tech lab. Is not researching combat shields yet because he only has one tech lab, of course. He's moving out with an SCV, no doubt, to get, oh, it looks like he's going to be getting a possible, I thought he was just going to go and scout. Yeah, there we go. Going to be moving out to scout. That would be kind of weird to go for a fast expansion when you've gone for this early pressure build. And here we go, he is going to be moving out with some of his forces, moving out to scout the area with this SCV first and foremost. He wants to know what exactly is going on. It's going to be an Immortal coming out for Socke, so he still doesn't know that there is a Ghost Academy back here. He does have the observatory, but he has not scouted out the Ghost Academy, and so, wow, he could be in a lot of trouble as Morrow here has the forces he needs. Well, Socke does see the ghost right there, so I mean, what is he waiting for? Is he gonna get some, is he gonna get more Zealots on the ground? He's gonna get charged. He needs to get a Colossus out, though. He needs the support bay to deal with this amount of infantry, but it looks like Morrow is not going to be pushing out, going to kill off that observatory. He's just going to be securing his front door. So what a strange way to secure your natural. I feel like it would be so, if you really wanted to go for a fast expand and get that economy up and running, it would be so much faster to just get one Rex into command center. But it doesn't look like Morrow is thinking the same way. Gonna be going for some kind of strange optimized Terran infantry build here. And he still's got those ghosts on the ground. Looks like both forces are really looking quite massive at this point in the game. It looks like Charge is being chrono boosted at the Twilight Council. Also a Templar Archives coming down. So Socke not going to be going for robotic support tech. Going to be going for temps to deal with this ground army. But the question is he going to have the time to get his Templars out? You got to get the Templars, you got to get the energy, you got to research Storm. It's just too long, I feel like, to deal with this infantry ball, and I think Morrow is going to attack very soon here, canceling his bunkers. So that is the right decision. He is not going to be fast expanding, and I really would have thought that's just really not a smart idea to go for an expansion right now, as you've got all this power, you've got the power of the Terran army, you're getting dropships out, make an attack count, you've got the better army, and that's exactly what Morrow is planning to do here. He knows that Socke doesn't have Colossus out. He knows that Socke probably is getting this Templar Archives. He still is a long ways away from getting Storm researched, so he's got still plenty of time to mass up this Terran army and then push in for the victory. He's still getting dropships out off of these 3 barracks. He's pumping out Marines and Marauders. And it looks like he is going to be pushing out right now, finally, when his dropships arrive. So he feels confident now that he has the EMPs to deal with this Protoss army. And it looks like he is going to sack his factory one more time to see exactly what the Protoss player is composed of. I like how Socke has actually got an Archon on the field. Those things are really bad against Marauders, though. But if they don't get slowed, if they don't get out micro, they can do quite a bit of damage to the biological units on the ground. We still don't have Templar Storm being researched, and here we go. Morrow gonna stim up, he is gonna commit, gonna EMP right off the bat. These sentries have no energy, the Templars have no energy, the Archon has lost 100 shields, and Morrow is just gonna micro for the victory here, showing how to play Terran with this early aggression build. And this is why I said I don't think Socke should fast expand, because he's got the advantage with his army composition. Because Socke doesn't have Colossus, he doesn't have Storm, he can make an attack and win the game. And indeed, Socke here is gonna have the GG out of game number 4. Great build order, great strategy here from Morrow, going for this 1 Rax into Ghost into 2 more Raxes and just pumping out mass infantry 3M attack. And this is going to secure him the victory in game number 4. So it is going to be 2-2 going into game number 5. And it is going to be a series finale match for both these players in the Zotac Cup number 15. I cannot wait to see what happens, as we're just waiting for Socke to GG here. He's morphing in a second Archon, but the thing is, he's just not going to be able to deal with this massive infantry ball. Morrow here is going to take game number 4 here, just waiting for the GG, as he can really micro against these Archons all day long. It doesn't even matter, as Socke here gonna lose one Archon, gonna lose his second Archon, Zealot's gonna fall. What is Socke waiting for? GG calls Socke, and we are gonna move on to game number 5.